Have you ever felt that there are days when you feel, physically you feel all right? So, perhaps you are one of those people who's regular with your movement, with your sports, or with your, going to the gym or whatever physical activity you do. But there are days you feel that, deep within you're not feeling very well. What does that mean? That means that we have traditionally looked at the physicality of an individual to say, in what kind of a state they are. The state, however, think on this. The state is really about how you are feeling deep within you. That means your mental behaviors, that means your emotional behaviors. I used to, I've spent a long time now with different kind of sports, endurance sports, lifting and multiple other areas. And very often I've seen that there are singular aspects. So for instance, people sometimes start focusing on, let's say, only a diet plan, or the focus becomes on a body part or a B body part to, get better. Or it becomes about saying, one isolated movement can help me get better, or only a sport. Now, all of these areas are important. Your lifestyle and life is an amalgam. It's an amalgam of multiple things, right? What you eat, how you feel about your body, your physicality, your mental behaviors, your emotional behaviors. Why is this important? It is important because look at yourself as an integrated unit. And that's what we decided, when I found this anomalies in terms of only looking at singular aspects, I said, look, we've got to look at something which becomes very comprehensive. And that resulted in, me designing something for myself. And then we brought it to the word, it's called the anchor practice. The anchor practice is really about rituals. These are not about routines, right? You may have a routine of, let's say, I just go for a walk 2 days in a week, or I do that. Anchor practice, as the word may suggest, goes much deeper. You bring together a certain set of practices, which are sacred, right? Which starts with something which is simple, which is small, but which can give you compounding impact over a period of time. So my anchor practices range from journaling to meditation to martial arts to multiple other areas, but your anchor practice could be different. Think on this, that once you get your anchor practice going, you don't just change your physicality. The repetitions of a practice, the repetitions of that ritual start changing you internally, physically, not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. How does that impact your overall being? It impacts in terms of changes which are for the long term, because if you choose something which other people say that you should be doing, you are going to do something for the short term and quit on that. At Lean Body for Life, which came out of my own frustration at times, that why are people only looking at a singular aspect? Even in terms of a body movement, there is a school of thought around high intensity training which talks about multi-body, multi-part movement. It's called compound, high intensity training. Or there are nutrition plans which talk about, this A diet plan or B diet plan. And then there are these, techniques. And I said, why don't we bring everything together? And that's what we did at Lean Body for Life. We looked at neuropsychology, we looked at movement, ancient movement. 2,000-3,000 years back, these practices were with the kings and monks. 3 minutes of imitating a nature's movement and combining that with intuitive nutrition practices, bringing all of that together in such a way that it becomes simple for you to integrate into your life and lifestyle, becomes a holistic well-being proposition, which then takes you on a path on a long term to be functionally fit. What is functional fitness? I should be able to stand up and sit down by myself, not today, not tomorrow, across my life. What is flexibility? Your spine forms your axis. My ability to move on that axis, whether vertically and down or on the sides, that flexibility determines how free my movement is going to be over a period of time. One does not have to be a ballet dancer or an accomplished dancer, but the flexibility is what you will need, even for performing your day-to-day activities. And lastly, uh, I was talking to one of my friends in the services, and they said that they look at agility as a key capability. Now, the universe gave the animals this natural ability to be agile, either for survival, not getting hunted, or for hunting. So to save a life or to be able to kind of get the food on the table, the animals had to be agile. Human beings have fallen into a routine where we kind of have more comfortable lifestyles, but agility of your mind, agility of your emotions, ability to quickly change directions. Last few years have shown us that mental and emotional agility has become increasingly important, and that's what we wanted to bring all of that together. So we say that you got to be functionally fit, you got to be flexible, and you got to be agile for life. And for that, we have designed a anchor practice, which is we call tap into life, to get you functionally fit, flexible, and agile for life. And that is what my message is to you: to look at your life as a holistic single unit